So our next little scenario that we're working on is the boss wants to see invoices for account number 540. Specifically, they want to see the invoice number, the invoice line item amount, and the invoice line item description. They also want the rows sorted by invoice date. So I'm going to come down here and label this task number 2. And I'm going to move my closing comment down. And we're going to break this down because the boss is asking for quite a bit here. So first we need to use the AP database. And if it says AP here, you actually don't need to type in use AP. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. Then we have columns that are coming from 2 separate tables. One is invoices and the other one is invoice line items. Okay, so I've got invoices open. Now let's take a look at invoice line items. Now remember, in order to display columns from 2 different tables, they have to have one column in common. You need to have that primary key foreign key relationship. And you will notice that invoice ID is in both of our tables. In the invoice line item table, it's a primary key and a foreign key. Okay, so we have that relationship, so we can pull the data from both, just like the boss wants. And because we are pulling data from 2 tables that are kind of similar, what we're going to do is prefix the columns with the table names. Now, invoice line items is a super long table name. So we are going to use aliases to shorten up those table names. Okay, so I'm going to key in select, but before I key in the columns, I'm going to go ahead and key in from invoices. We'll give that an alias of I. And we want to join that with invoice line items. And we're going to give that an alias of LI, short for line items. And we're joining this on. And now we can use the aliases. So it would be I for invoices dot invoice ID equal to LI dot invoice ID. So we'll come up to our select, and we said we needed invoice number. That comes from invoices. You can see it right here. So we've got I dot, and we're going to pick invoice number, comma. And the other 2 items we need to display are coming from invoice line items. So we're going to prefix with LI, and then we're going to choose the line item amount. Whoops. There we go. And then we're also going to choose the line item description. So at this point, if we run this, we are going to see everything. The boss would like us to limit this to account number 540. So where is account number located? That is in invoice line items. So we're going to say where line item dot account number equals 540. Okay, now if we run it, we are only getting those invoices for account 540. And right now they are in no particular order. The boss would like them sorted by invoice date. So where is invoice date? That's down here in invoices. So we're going to finish this off with an order by I dot invoice date. And now we're going to run it. Okay. So it is helpful to use the table alias when you are retrieving data from multiple tables, and the tables are very similar. Okay, so we have invoice line items and invoices. Just by looking, you can tell which table the column belongs to. And for people that are reading through your queries, or maybe they have to go in and modify something, it just makes it a little bit easier to understand.